Hey everybody, here's another gardening video. Here we are again in beginning of January, where the weather today is kind of cool and drizzly for the last couple days, but got to get some stuff done. So what I got here is the raspberry plants. I need to transfer, because I don't want them here anymore, I need to transfer the raspberry plants to here. And so to do that, I'm going to cut them back, which you would, kind of normally want to do anyways in the winter and whatnot. And then I'm going to dig them up by the root there, where they're all coming from, and then transfer them over here, and hopefully they'll continue to grow. It's kind of like when you buy bare root raspberry plants anyways. If you get down enough for some root, then it should take and catch again. So I'm going to cut these back first, and then we'll start digging them out. Okay. So here's the next steps. We have cut the old vines down. We have dug up the raspberries where they were. And we have the raspberry shoots, the canes here. So what I'm going to do is there's a lot, and during the transfer process you might have some that don't make it, some that might, and I can always thin them out. But I'll probably plant these fairly close together here, so I can at least get a majority of them to start, and that's a good thing. And when you're doing raspberries, you got to make sure you don't bury too far down from where they are at the ground level, because that's where those roots and stuff come out. So mulch is probably okay, but you don't want to bury it too deep, because you'll kill that starting root. If you notice here, even though it's winter, there's little starting shoots that will start to come up again. So you don't want to bury that. Okay, I'm going to start putting some holes in the ground and burying these up, and let's see how that takes. All right, talk to you again. Okay, everybody, let's take a look at what we've got now. So I've gotten all the canes that are kind of the best looking ones of the bunch that I pulled out. I've planted them in the ground. I have watered, give them a nice water with some fertilizer just to kind of get them going, and to keep things warm in this next 6 weeks of cold weather we have here in North Texas. I have put mulch around it. The mulch is going to keep the moisture retention that's needed, as well as hopefully keep things warm. Now, January, February in North Texas can be cold, sometimes 40s, 50s. It could dip into the 30s, but we could, the way we've been going, be more like 60s and 70s. So we don't expect a really bad winter here. So anyways, now I just got to do some cleanup, and then hopefully around spring we'll see what comes up. I overplanted the canes because I don't know which ones are going to come up and which ones aren't, because the transfer process is never 100%. So we'll see what comes up. We can thin them out, but they look like they got a good starters, best starters I can do. And then worst case is if they don't, well, you just plant over again. That's gardening, right? You learn from your mistakes, you go forward, and it's a continual learning process. Now I just have to clean up some of the old vines, and then what's going to go here? Well, if I kind of told you before, I'll backfill this with some dirt and clean this up a little bit. But this gets a lot of sun, and because it's hard to get behind there, you can see it's 3 feet deep. It's hard to get behind there when it was berries. But if this was something like tomato plants or root vegetables, see, you can get in there, grab that fairly easily. And this area here next to the fence and below this tree, it gets sun, because the sun comes up over and then goes down, so it gets a whole day of sun, but there will be some shade with that tree. So I think I got a lot of opportunity for things to grow here, and we'll just fix up that bin. So anyways, folks, that's some more gardening updates. Hopefully you are thinking about what's going to happen for your spring, and you won't let things get too far behind either. All right, we'll talk to you later, folks. Bye.